In Japan, writing is more than communication. It's a ritual, a quiet moment of soul-meeting paper. And among all the instruments ever crafted, there is one name, whispered with reverence, Namiki. No logos flashing, no viral campaigns. Just lacquer, gold, and centuries of tradition. This is the untold story of Namiki, Japan's most sacred pen maker. Today at Pen Insider, we will talk about the brand that doesn't just make pens. It preserves a dying art form. The story begins in 1918. In a modest Tokyo workshop, where a former naval engineer named Ryosuke Namiki began crafting fountain pens by hand. He wasn't chasing luxury like his Western competitors. He was chasing something deeper. He believed that writing was art itself. And the pen? A sacred brush that should carry the soul of the craftsman. To make that vision real, he partnered with master Maki-e artists, guardians of a 1,200-year-old Japanese art form. Artists trained to work with Urushi lacquer, gold dust, and silence. This was not just pen making, it was cultural preservation in the form of writing instruments. Armor once made for samurai was now reborn in ink. The result? Not just pens, but moving pieces of Japanese heritage. At the heart of Namiki is Maki-e, a centuries-old technique where artists use lacquer, gold, and precious metals to paint miniature worlds, by hand, on every pen. Each piece can take weeks, sometimes months, to finish. Why so long? Because every layer of lacquer that must dry naturally. No shortcuts, no machines, just time and patience. One mistake, and the piece is ruined. There is no second chance with Maki-e. Then comes the gold dusting, a delicate dance of precision. Artisans sift fine gold powder onto wet lacquer, creating shimmering designs that catch the light. Like captured stardust, this step alone can take days, as each speck is placed with intent, building layers of brilliance. From there, the pen takes shape. Skilled hands carve and polish the ebonite or wood barrel, shaping it to balance perfectly in your grasp. The nib, crafted from gold, is meticulously aligned, ensuring every stroke flows with the soul of the craftsman. Which is why only a handful of living masters are entrusted with this work. When you hold a Namiki Emperor, you are not just holding a pen, you are holding brushstrokes from a living national treasure, forged through an unbroken chain of tradition. There is one model that defines Namiki's soul more than any other: the Namiki Emperor. A writing instrument, yes, but also a shrine, a canvas for generations of Maki-e storytelling. Collectors don't just buy it, they wait for it. Some for years, because each emperor is handcrafted by Japan's most revered artisans, men and women whose names are etched into the country's official lists of living national treasures. Some emperors depict dragons, others tigers, koi, or celestial themes. Each one tells a story, not just of mythology, but of balance, impermanence, and the Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi, the idea that beauty lies in transience, that even perfection must fade, that time is not the enemy, it's the medium. And when you hold an emperor, you don't just write, you witness something, a tradition few people ever touch. This is not just the crown jewel of Namiki, it's a living prayer in lacquer and gold. Today, Namiki is no longer just a pen brand, it's a living cultural heirloom, supported by the hands of Japan's last remaining Maki-e masters. These artisans are not just craftsmen. They are guardians of an art form on the verge of extinction. And every Namiki pen, whether it costs $800 or $80,000, is a quiet rebellion against fast, disposable culture. No QR codes, no trends. Just brush, breath, and memory. In a world rushing toward the future, Namiki slows us down. It reminds us that beauty can take time, that a single object, made with care, can carry the weight of a nation's heritage. From samurai lacquer to modern collectors, Namiki isn't selling luxury, it's preserving legacy. Namiki doesn't chase trends. It doesn't need celebrities or hype. It speaks in silence, in gold dust, and generations of patience. In every stroke of Urushi, a story of hands that shaped history. While others mass produce, Namiki protects, a guardian of an art form where time itself is the artist. And in doing so, it reminds us that craftsmanship still matters, that beauty born of dedication can outlast the fleeting noise of the world. So the next time someone says, "It's just a pen," you'll understand. You'll see the soul of Japan preserved in every curve and gleam. This is Namiki, a tribute to the hands that hold its legacy and to those who will carry it forward. Subscribe and share your thoughts. What does Namiki mean to you? The Pen Insider, honoring timeless craft and the soul behind every stroke.